Welcome back everyone, Oz here. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And today we've got some r/Choosing Beggars. But she's military. So, this happened about a week ago and only got around to posting it. For a bit of context, I live in a very affluent area. A lot of people are upper middle class, so seeing people with expensive cars, clothes, etc. is nothing new. Now, I grew up without much money, and despite this, my mom told my sister and I always to offer to pick up the tab for a services member because it was the right thing to do. So, one day after work, I walked into my local sandwich shop and waited in line. This place was more on the pricier side compared to Subway or something, and usually was understaffed. One guy was taking orders while the other was trying to make them while cutting some stuff. The woman in front of me was military, so I decided then and there I'd pick up her tab. Shortly after I had walked in, Choosing Beggar walked in and I couldn't help but notice the designer clothes she was wearing. I thought nothing of it as it wasn't uncommon and ordered my food. When I got to the register, I noticed the military woman looking for her wallet. I told her I'd pick up her tab and thanked her for her service. She was hesitant at first, but then let me when I told her it wouldn't be a problem. She thanked me a few times, gave me a small hug, and walked out with her food. I was feeling pretty great. It always feels good to do something nice for someone and make the world a less shitty place. I paid for my own food and sat down to wait, as I knew it would be a moment. I was on my phone when I had the feeling that someone was too close to me. Looking up, it was Choosing Beggar. "Can I help you?" I was very uncomfortable as I don't like people that close to me. "Are you gonna pay for my food?" In my head I was like, oh no, it's happening to me. Choosing Beggar made me their target. No. "But you paid for hers." "Yes, because she's military, and it's the right thing to do." "So? She doesn't get a free pass just because she's military." She deserved it because her job is important." "I don't care. Can you help me out? I'm a single mother trying to provide for her children." There were no kids with her, but who am I to say if she has kids or not? So, my mom was a single mom and provided for her kids just fine and still did nice things for others. It was at this point she noticed my small cross necklace. "It's in the Bible that you have to help those less fortunate." "It is, but you don't seem to be less fortunate than myself." "You don't know that." "Ma'am, I'm pretty sure your outfit is more than my paycheck." It was at this point an employee finally noticed what happened and told the woman she needed to pay for her own food and stop harassing me. She huffed but paid and went to sit down. This whole thing lasted about a minute give or take and was quite awkward. The employee slipped a cookie into my bag and I left. To any service member that might be reading this, thank you for your service, you rock. I work retail. I hate people. At work tonight, an older couple comes through my till with a couple of expensive items. As I'm about to ask them if they would like a bag, the man says, "I'll take this 15% off deal," and slaps down a coupon. The coupon is for contractors only and only valid for March 20th. I explain this to him. He then grabs the store flyer and points to the front page. "I will take this scratch and save thing then." The scratch and save is for Saturday and Sunday only, as it states in big bold letters. Seeing as it is only Thursday, I also explain this to the customer. "Well, fine. Do you guys offer a senior's discount?" "Well, we do. The first Tuesday of every month." I also explain this to the customer. "What? So I have to pay full price for all this today?" Oh, people are so dumb. So once again, I'm going to talk about my fast food experiences here. We used to get customers like this all the time that would bring in coupons from our competitors and ask if they could get this discount for our store because they like our store more. And when I was working register, I would say, "Well, if you like our food more, then you can pay full price for it, right?" And that usually got some pretty disgusted glares, but I'm not going to take a coupon for a competitor. That's not how it works. The following is a Choosing Beggars requirements to date her. I am looking for a full-time person. You are willing to spend more than 2 days with me each visit. Minimum 2 days a week, if not more. One of the days can be a dedicated time on Skype if you are truly indisposed. Actively associated with me on social media after 3 weeks, latest. If you refuse to be seen with me, I will not stay with you. Actual dates. Literally outside of your house dates, and a lot of them. Smiley face. I can be comfortable in your home and you comfortable in mine. Phone calls are more appreciated than texting. I do not sext. I do not send private photos of myself to you. That is only for someone committed after 4 months or more. I will not meet your children until after we are established. If this takes a full year, then we need to wait. Kids are sensitive and I refuse to get attached and walk in out of their lives. Stability should be important to you. Not yep. It keeps going for a long time with the personally snip the important parts. Don't do this. Filthy rich choosing beggar makes me miss lunch and meetings to buy kitchen sponges at a discount. Never thought I'd see the day when I'd have a story worthy of sharing with you guys, yet here I am. This is a bit of a long one, too long didn't read at the end. For a bit of context, a coworker, let's call her Anne, that I was fairly close with was renting a place from a lady she met online. The landlady, known henceforth as Choosing Beggar, recently quit her job in her home country and immigrated to accompany her daughter as she goes to high school here. Now, Choosing Beggar's family is filthy, stinking rich. To give you an idea of how rich she is, as soon as they landed, Choosing Beggar purchased a $1 million house in cash for her and her daughter to live in. To put into context, the average house price range in my region is $500,000. I met Choosing Beggar on 2 or 3 occasions while visiting Anne, and it was mostly pleasant. Anne quit about a year ago, and I haven't had contact with Choosing Beggar since. I work at a company that makes a wide variety of household goods. My company also has an employee store in a separate building open noon to 4:30 on weekdays that sells goods to employees and their families, while accompanied by the employee at a very generous discount. I've taken my fiance and parents occasionally to the store, as do most employees. Anne took Choosing Beggar to the store a few times as well, even though they were not family, but no one really enforces or cares about that rule. Last week, I got a call from an unknown number, picked it up, and guess who it was? Choosing Beggar got my number from Anne and asked if I could take her to the employee's store. From our previous interactions, I liked her enough and didn't mind bending the rules for her once. I don't know a lot of people in the city and figured it couldn't hurt to do someone a favor. We agreed on Thursday at 3:30 p.m. I have meetings most of the day and that's the only time that would have worked for me, and give her enough time to shop since I have to stay in the store with her. Come Thursday, I get a call from Choosing Beggar at 11:30 a.m. saying she is already here and she brought 3 friends. I was caught off guard but agreed to meet her at noon since I didn't have another meeting until 1:30. At this point, I was already a little annoyed that she showed up early, making me miss my lunch break, and with uninvited guests, but decided to give her the benefit of the doubt. I arrived at the employee store at 12 o'clock on the dot. 10 minutes pass, Choosing Beggar is still not here. I give her a ring-a-ling and get the "I'll be there in 5 minutes." Another 15 minutes pass until Choosing Beggar and her posse finally show up. It's 12:30 by the time they're signing in and ready to roll. They apologized and I said it's fine, but I have a meeting at 1:30 and need to be out by 1:15. They agreed. As they shopped, I tried to keep myself preoccupied with working through emails on my phone. But, alas, little luck as Choosing Beggar and posse aren't proficient in English and needed me to help them translate what each item was and did. By the time 1:10 rolled around, they were still shopping. I reminded them that I needed to leave soon and if they could please start checking out. Once again, they acknowledge and agree. 10 minutes pass before they finally line up to check out. By this point, I've accepted that I was going to be late. The checkout takes another 20 minutes between the 4 of them because they each bought a bazillion things. I ushered them out quickly to try and not completely miss my meeting. While loading the goods into her car, Choosing Beggar drops the final kicker and invites herself and her friends to my wedding. I was flabbergasted and speechless. This lady was almost twice my age and probably 100-fold more in net worth, but somehow had the common sense as your average Joe. I mumbled a half-hearted response that I haven't decided on the guest list yet and I'll think about it, and proceeded to speed off back to work. It was 2 o'clock by the time I got back, missing both lunch and my meeting. Choosing Beggar texted me the next day offering to take me out for dinner and talk about wedding preparations. I said that I was busy, which I am, and didn't have time. She seems to have gotten the hint and hasn't texted me since. Maybe the cultural difference is to blame, but I never felt more taken advantage of in my life. Anne still talks to Choosing Beggar regularly, and they are good friends, so I didn't want to create any awkwardness between them by calling Choosing Beggar out on her bullshit. I don't plan on associating with Choosing Beggar anymore, and it goes without saying that neither she nor her friends will be coming to the wedding. I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in here. Well, I do think the whole shopping thing was completely an asshole move, saying that you were there at 11:30 but don't show up until 12:30 when the person said that they have to be gone by 1:30. Kinda doesn't leave a lot of time and also screws over the person that's trying to help you out. But as for the whole wedding thing, I could definitely see that as being more of a miscommunication between the 2 cultures. Still waiting for this. I need a 7 to 8 second intro for my YouTube channel. If you know anybody who would be willing to help me out, hit me up. However, I don't have any way of payment, but I will give credit via links in my YouTube video description. Hey buddy, rather than trying to pay with exposure, how about you just do it yourself? I mean, I did it, and I'm a certified idiot, so it can't be that hard. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing, and as a reminder, I am hosting my 50K Q&A this Monday, so feel free to join the Discord and hop in and ask me a question. And until next time, I'll see you later.